Hey everybody, it's Trisha Lewis. I am your Pinnacle and Platinum Premier for Team Posh It Out, and we're just going to dive right into Premier in 90 days. Don't let that scare you. This can also be Promote in 90 days, Team Leader by 90 days, Maintenance in 90 days, or Maintenance for 90 days. So, welcome to your crash course in becoming a Premier in 90 days. Your first step is going to be to commit to Premier without any attachments. And what I mean by that is you're not going to say, I'll try. If I get there, I'll do it. If you honestly want Premier in 90 days, you're going to have to pull up your bootstraps. You're going to have to get to work, nose to the ground, pound that pavement. It can be done. We have several premiers who have done this in 90 days, and many of them went on our incentive trip. So, and some of them are even part of this boot camp training. So, the more people you have, obviously, the easier it will be to set your goal. So, starting right now, you want to set a goal to recruit 20 frontline as soon as possible. Why 20 frontline? Well, let's look at Premier Maintenance. That is going to be 20,000 company volume, 6,000 team volume, and 500 personal volume. I went ahead and threw in that 6K team volume just in case some of you already have that team built up and you are Pink 2, Pink 3. We all have a strong leg on our team where the bulk of our sales are going to come from. So if you have one of those, you want to make sure if two of you are going Premier together that you have at least 6,000 in team volume outside of your strong leg. Okay. I like to see this goal as parties. I love parties. It's interaction. It's where you're going to do your trinity of posh. That is book, sell, and recruit. You will always get that done at a party, and so I'm going to base this training around parties. And let's look at it. 100 home parties is what you're going to need for 20,000 company volume. Let's divide that up by 20 team members, and it's going to break down to each team member shooting for a goal of at least 5 home parties per month, right? I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do 100 home parties? This is not just you. You're not doing this alone. This is a team effort, so please always remember that. Okay, and 20 new team members will not be a stretch. Most likely you already know them or you're going to meet them at parties. Offer them all a chance to be the first consultants in their areas. And for many of you, we are still the first consultants in their area. I've heard so many people say, oh, Posh is getting saturated. There's 12 consultants here, or there's 3 consultants here, and Posh is saturated. No way. If you take your city's population and multiply that by 10%, that might be the tipping scale. That's just a little piece of it. You're not going to be populated, trust me. Everybody works their business differently, and you don't know who's doing what where. So you're going to offer everybody the opportunity to join Posh. You have excitement working in your favor, especially if you are brand new, your first 30, 60, 90 days, your first day, your first week. You've got that Posh excitement in your favor. So the first thing we're going to do, create that list of 100 people, add their email and cell phone number as you go. Remember, you cannot fail as long as you do not quit before you succeed. Write that down and underline it. Okay, step 2 of Premier in 90 Days Crash Course is making parties Grand Central Station for your business. What do I mean by that? It's the perfect time to get things rolling. We've got birthday month coming up at the end of the summer. We're going into the holidays. Hello, it's summer. People just want to throw on their sunshades and lay out by the pool and have those graduation parties. Make your parties Grand Central Station. Make your business Grand Central Station. The time is right now. Let's get things rolling and get things going. Personal parties are definitely where you're going to find consultants beyond your inner circle. Circle that. If you are wearing out your friends and family, that will only last for so long. Home parties, personal parties, this is going to help you get outside of your inner circle. So let's start with the end in mind. Decide how many parties you will personally need to do each month and mark up your calendar with your best available dates. We've got lots of trainings on this, on front loading your calendar and how to pick specific dates. Now, choose the first 2 dates to do your own launch party, to do your own relaunch party, reopening, grand opening, whatever it is, summer party, whatever it is. Create it and start inviting your favorite people. Remember, the magic is in the momentum. Your most interested prospects from your first party, and this can be your first launch party, can bring their friends to the second party. Plus, friends who couldn't make the first one can make the next one. So, schedule 2, always do 2 minimum. Um, Call everyone you know to host a party until your calendar is full. We've all heard that before. Offer an incentive 2 months ahead. Always keep it that way. Imagine the excitement you'll create when you say, everyone is so excited about Posh this summer. We are finally at the tipping scale. Posh is becoming a brand name. I'm already booked up this month. But would you like to be my first July hostess? Would you like to be my first August hostess? I know this goes back and forth, and this is really preference. Whether you keep your parties booked only 30 days in advance or whether you book 2 months in advance. It's really about you and how in control you are of your schedule, how much hostess coaching you do, and staying in contact with your hostess. If you are not skilled there or you feel like you need more training on hostess coaching, then I would suggest staying 30 days in for your calendar bookings. Okay. Now, here's another tip. A Posh party is friends gathering to socialize and shop. Sell your friends on the fun, the friendship, the fabulous products, and the free shopping spree for your hostess. You're going to find a full description of host rewards in the Posh catalog and in the box. P.S. There is no obstacle in your journey to Premier that can't be solved by doing more personal parties. Repeat that. There is nothing standing in your way from hitting your personal goals than adding more personal parties to your bookings. You are in control. This is your money tree. Your kit can get you there, I promise. Step 3 to becoming a Premier in 90 days is recruiting. Offer everybody you know the chance to start their ground floor Perfectly Posh business. When you and your friends work together, Perfectly Posh is so much fun. The friendship, the support, it's just going to multiply. This is that business where you get to pick who you work with, right? The majority of the people, you get to pick who you work with. If you have a fabulous best friend and maybe she's from grade school or high school, offer that opportunity to her. You had so much fun, during that time of your life. Imagine what Posh can do for you now. So, don't let anything hold you back. Offer the opportunity to anybody, full-time, part-time, spare time. Make them feel good about Posh by helping them feel good about themselves. Now, how'd you do that? Well, you're going to be honest, right? Stephanie, oh my gosh, I keep thinking how much fun it will be for us to work together. Or, when I think of who I most love to work with, your name keeps coming to mind. And this will be true, right? Since you thought enough of them to put them on that list. You have such a vibrant personality. People will be drawn to you naturally. How many of you have friends like that? I do. Totally. Now, set a personal goal to recruit at every party and arrive prepared. Hostess packets and join packets prepared. Include the catalog. Focus on the value. Your starter kit comes with products, promotional material, the best of all the access, training, and support you could ask for. T-shirts, car vinyl. Everything is already there for $99. Here's another little tip. Overcome your fear of recruiting by thinking this. Instead of worrying that they'll say no, I'm going to give them the chance to say yes. Do not prejudge somebody. Let them decide. You may be surprised. Besides, I think it would sting a little bit if you have somebody on your dream team list and you were afraid to ask them because you didn't know if they would want to join, and then come to find out a few weeks later or a few months later, they're a Posh consultant, but they're not on your team. But they were on your dream team list months before. Think about that. No never killed anybody. At least I hope not. Now, step 4 to becoming a Premier in 90 days is succeed on purpose. Set a goal that is going to set your passion on fire by asking these things. If I could make one personal wish come true, what would it be? What is your one personal wish? You have a personal wish? Is it to buy a new car? Is it to hire a maid? Is it to hire an assistant? One personal wish. What is that? Go to Google, find a photo of it, print it out, put it on your dream board. What is that? Write it down. Now, second question. If I could make one family dream come true, what would it be? One family dream come true. Is it to have extra spending money at the end of the month? Is it to take your family on a Disney vacation? Is it to take your husband on a vacation without the kids? Find it on Google. Again, print it out. Thirdly, both of these goals, both of these wishes, attach an emotion to it. How would you feel the day that you hit your personal goal or your family goal? What is that going to look like on the eyes of your kids, on your face, your inner side? What is it going to feel like? You're going to be like, yeah. You're going to be like, ah, big old smile. Ah, what does it feel like? Go to Google and find that emotion. Find that reaction. Print it out. Stick it there. It's going to want to make you smile. It's going to remind you of the warm fuzzies you will feel and help you reach that goal. The next thing you're going to do is decide that absolutely nothing is going to steal this from you. And you're going to start working. You're going to pound that pavement with Posh. The more practice you get, the better you'll be. So let's be realistic here. The green light is not always going to shine in your direction. Stops, stalls, and starts are all part of the journey. How many times have we been in such a rush to get somewhere and to be there early, to be there on time, or just to be there, period? And we're heading down the road and we get every single stoplight. We get the person who's driving slow. We'll change lanes and they change lanes too. Those are your stops and stalls along the road. These things happen, but they don't keep you from your destination, do they? They shouldn't. So just remember, if something is consistently not working for you, there can be one of two reasons. Let's say things aren't working your way. Either A, the consistency isn't there, and we will know this, you will know this. Set yourself out a little calendar of what you need to do per day. If you're not seeing these results or increase in favor for you, go back to your daily list of things that you're doing and be honest with yourself. Are you committing to doing these things on Monday and these things on Tuesday? Have you slacked off? Okay. Sometimes the wrong consistency is there. Are you on Facebook too much? Are you trying to swap Posh? Are you, other things like that? Remember that a car in park is not going to drive to get you there. If you're just sitting there waiting for it to come, it is not going to happen. The second thing is not enough of the right things are being done. This is where you want to keep a journal of what works, what doesn't work, and tweak what isn't working. If you do not already do this, if you do not have a daily to-do list, if you do not have a monthly calendar of what you should personally be doing in your business or what goals you have for your team as a business, start doing this. This is the only way that you can reflect on what you're doing, what you can improve on, and what isn't working. So work out which one of these two problems it is, and you would have solved 90% of your problem. Is my enthusiasm overwhelming people? Oh my gosh, I love this. You're going to love this. Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Am I talking to enough people? If you're not sending out samples to people, if you're not sharing the opportunity, how do they know you sell Posh? How do they know to come to you? Am I making my parties fun for guests? Am I bringing out the sunglasses? Am I doing the fun flip-flops? Am I talking about bringing a stripper? Or am I sitting there, standing in front of my party guests, talking about Clearly I Sparkle lip gloss? Take it out of the box. This will make your lips plump. Or Are you having the time of your life talking about this amazing handle that is a solid lotion bar? Ladies, do not worry about this lotion spilling in your purse and coming into a puddle of this. Don't worry about your toddler grabbing your lotion and squeezing it all over the carpet stairs, because this solid lotion bar is going to stay right here in this tin. Not only that, if you've ever had to shave your legs really quick, dry shave, and you get those razor bump feeling, take your solid lotion bar, wrap it up and down your legs, boom. Promise you, you won't feel that burn. Learn your products, okay? Have fun at parties. Let's see. Another little Posh tip. Posh is a personal growth business. You start by drawing on the strengths you have, and you grow by developing the strengths you need. So do not lay blame or don't make excuses, right? You cannot make excuses and money at the same time. And what I mean by that is, starting into Posh, I think I'm a creative person. I can step out of the box and I can see things through different glasses than other people do. What I'm not good at is graphic design, is creating logos and images, but I feel like I'm at that point in my business where I can now start to tackle and learn it, and I'm sure Erin and Rhiannon are like, oh my gosh, it's difficult. This is not one of my strengths. So this is something I don't put a lot of time and attention into because I know I'm not good at it, but I know what I'm good at. So don't try to become something that you're not starting off. You want to focus on your strengths. You will have time to grow and develop, and that's personal development, and I strongly, strongly recommend that, but that's another training. Okay, step 5 to becoming a premier in 90 days. Party your way to the top. The more parties you and your consultants do, the faster you'll all grow. Say what? The more parties you have, the more income you're bringing in, the more people you're reaching. It's just going to happen. Set an example by aiming to book the most, sell the most, recruit the most in your team. You want Premier in 90 days? You want to have high goals. If you don't hit them, at least you did something, right? And then, if you already have a team going, you want to encourage your team and applaud every consultant on your downline who outperforms you, who outperforms themselves, who beats their best month. Encourage every little thing. Now, your team members will do what they want to do. So set them on fire with fun, inspiration, recognition, and education, in that order. Ideas that will help them book parties will yield better results than an overload of information, which could kind of be what this training is, but trust me, it's valuable. You will gain masses of ideas from your sponsor, other consultants on your team page, other consultants period, which is why we kind of are doing this group training. And this will help you reach that common goal of Premier Team. Run an ongoing team challenge for everyone to beat his or her previous month each month. Recognize those consultants who book the most parties, achieve the highest sales, recruit the most team members. But also remember that you have those team members who came in for personal use. So if they normally do $25 to $50 and you notice them doing 80 to 100, recognize them. That's out of their baseline. That's out of their normal. They stepped it up. So recognize those people who are being consistent in their business, who are doing more than they've normally done. Okay? Here's another tip. You want to ask every team member to share on your team file what confirmed party dates they have so that you can monitor your team progress of getting to 100. Ask them to send you the results or create a team file, and they can update that. They can edit that and update that so you can see how far you are from your goal of 20,000. You can use a code. 400-2-2. That could be, we did 400 sales at this party. We got 2 bookings and I have 2 potential recruits. Okay, so by setting this up at the beginning, you'll know where your team's strengths and weaknesses are, who needs your help and where they need it. You can also, again, track where you are on hitting your company volume target. So let's say Susie did 200, 0, and 1. What does that mean? At that party, they did 200 in sales. She had no bookings, one potential recruit. Susie has 5 parties that month, and you see a pattern with that. She's doing sales, no bookings, but she's got those potential recruits. So now you know you can do a one-on-one with Susie and say, okay, let's talk about what you're doing at your home parties to get bookings. Can we put some more tips in here? How can we help you? Okay. Great little tip of advice as a leader for you to see where your team struggles. Step number 6 to becoming a premier in 90 days is to turn every party into the opportunity to, what? Holy Trinity, sell, book, and recruit. Sales are your income for today. Bookings are your income for tomorrow. And recruiting is your income forever, ever. Okay. Remember, set a minimum target for your home parties. 10 guests, 600 in sales. Why? That's going to get your party free shipping. You want at least 2 bookings and 1 new consultant at every party, 1 new recruit lead at every party. You're going to inspire, coach, and encourage every hostess and your team member to aim for it. How do you do that? How do you inspire, coach, and encourage? Recognition is one. Looking for trainings within the corporate and sharing them on your team page. Doing tips and tidbits, doing product knowledge. The more you can empower your team with trainings, the better and the stronger your team foundation will be. Okay, so let's talk about your hostess. Your hostess will jump on board. I guarantee it. When you show her what a $600 party qualifies her for. Okay, she's going to get the $60 in free product, 4 half-price items, free shipping. You may have a special bonus if she gets a recruit or bookings at her party. You can do a booking bonus, and that can be any one item in the catalog half off. Why? Because we have that extra half off item as a special perk to us, okay? Now, guests will respond if you shower them with sparks about the business and hostess opportunity throughout the live presentation. One of my favorite things to do is stack the hostess. You're going to create the visual for those people who need to see it, because let's face it, if we have never done a home party with Perfectly Posh, what is $60 free and 4 half price? What does that look like? You're just telling me $60, right? I can go into Dillard's and buy a bathing suit for $60. That's only one thing. That does not excite me. But if you show me all the Posh products I can get that are $60 and 4 half price items, I can see that visual. I can see that hostess juggling to hold that. Now you've excited me. Now I'm like, I want that. So if you haven't already seen that training that I've done, that is on YouTube as well. That gets people talking. It gets people laughing. We have fun with that. Do a stack the hostess and you will see an improvement in your bookings. Guests are going to respond. Again, show them a lively presentation. Have fun. Nothing has to be perfect. Crack a few jokes on yourself. Just be entertaining. Your team members are going to follow your lead when you show them that consistently doing parties is the fastest route to their goal. And it is. Remember, your hostess is your number 1 consultant prospect. Why is that? Well, let's see. She likes the products. She can share them with others. She can get others to come on board. Hello, she is a great prospect. Use hostess coaching to build that relationship and discover which of the benefits of Perfectly Posh will appeal to her. Learn to listen to these things. Again, fun, friendship, flexibility, freedom. Let your hostess reveal to you her why as you work together to make her party a success. If you are just booking parties with hostesses and you do not show up or you do not contact them until the day of or the day before, that is not good hostess coaching. You are not building a rapport. She probably won't recommend you to other people. You want to stay in the loop with your hostess. Now, make sure that you are asking lots of questions. You're going to achieve Premier faster by being interested in others than trying to make them interested in you. And when I say that, I don't know if anybody of you know who Toby Keith is, but I hear that song Let's talk about me. Let's talk about I. It's her, and he's like, what about me? Remember that it's about your customer. It's about your hostess. If you're working towards a goal, it's about your team. It's not about you. It's about your team. Always. Step 7 to becoming a premier in 90 days. Use every recognition and reward program that Perfectly Posh offers to excite and inspire your consultants to book, sell, and recruit. What did I just say? Use everything that Posh offers. Portal credits, product credits, the Academy bag, Posh points. Does your team understand what they can earn? What can they achieve? What they can get with Posh points? Make sure you're consistently doing trainings on those because you are consistently growing your team. Am I right? So make sure that that is in their head and they understand, they know what that is. Posh has generous incentives for new consultants, and they are clearly mapped out in your pink polka dot guide, the Posh box. Um, some of them are in the Posh paper, and Posh pays for these. This is not anything that has to come out of your pocket. All you have to do is drive your consultants to the fun and show them where it is. Again, this is not anything coming out of your pocket, so that's a major plus. Let's start with their first day. Help them, the new consultant, achieve their 30-day props, their 15-day props, so that they can earn those free portal and product credits. They need to kickstart their business, and the best way to do that is to earn those props. It is attainable. It is attainable to do 500 PV in 30 days. That can be 2 home parties, 2 product launches, 2. Just keep that in mind. Think of incentives as your best business tools. Promote this message within your team and let everyone aim for every incentive. Break every challenge into number of parties. Break it down, like I say, break it down Barney style so people understand. Start with the end in mind. Do you have to make an extra $500 this month to pay a bill? What do you have to do to hit that $500? Start with the end in mind. Write yourself a check. I got a big fat check back there. Write yourself a check. What is it going to look like? Now, what are the action steps you need to get there? Right? And then make sure that you're both on track and you both track this progress. Keep track of your team. Don't wait till the last 5 days of the month to reach out to your consultants and say, okay, guys, how is your goals going? Where do we need help? Especially if you're a Pink 3 or you're already a Premier, your consultants, your level 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, they're going to feel like you are unreachable. They're going to feel like they can't come straight to you. And they should go to their sponsor. But if they really need the help, you need to be one-on-oneing with them. You need to be sharing trainings with your team. Okay? Success is again, the reason I mentioned not waiting till the end of the month is because it's really going to stink when you go and you follow up with your team members at the end of the month. Come to find out, they're going to miss their 30-day props by $80. And they could have been working the previous 2 weeks if you had let them know. So always do weekly check-ins, do your mid-month run reports, and keep track of them. You're both invested in their success. You are invested in their success. They need to be invested in their success, in the team's success, okay? It is a great motivator, but disappointment is the fastest route out of this business. And we'll talk a little bit more on that towards the end. Step 8 to becoming a Premier in 90 days is to inspire every new consultant to achieve their 90-day Posh props in 30 days. Ah! I can hear the walls crumbling down right now. I can hear people going, wait, what did she say? Let's back that up. Step 8, becoming Premier in 90 days, is to inspire, breathe life into every new consultant to achieve their 90-day props in 30 days. I said it. 1,503 recruits in 30 days. What is that going to give you? $180 in portal credit, $180 in product credit, your business decal for your car, 1,000 custom labels, 500 business cards, your achievement certificate, pin recognition, a promoting to pink t-shirt, 5% increase in recognition, feeling the woohoo-ness. um, never leave a prize on the table, guys, when it's right there for you to take. Plus, every consultant that achieves Posh Props will show to you and to themselves that they have exactly what it takes to hit Premier. Now, let's go back to what I said. Success is a great motivator, but disappointment is a fast route out of the business. I had a chat with Andrew about this probably about 2 years ago, I think. And we were talking about the Posh Props. And I said, why do you say 500 a month? And why do you say only 3 recruits in 90 days? I was like, you're setting the bar kind of low. And we talked about it, and it was for people who were new to direct sales, who needed a slow pace start, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I feel like if you aim to get all that out of the way, if you aim to get that out of the way as quickly as you can, you are not coming up to day 88 and realize that you only have 800 some odd dollars in and 0 recruits. Because I think like a procrastinator, and I'm a procrastinator. If I don't set that high goal for myself in the beginning, if I don't set that high goal to earn it as quickly as possible, and I just stay by those 530 days, 560 days, 500, I won't do it. I know me because I will wait till the last minute, and then the last minute never really works unless you're writing an essay for college, and then sometimes we can cram that in. But getting $1,500, 3 recruits on the 89th day won't happen. So try to aim for that as quickly as possible, as soon as possible, and then keep that consistency going. You're going to build your team stronger. You're going to build your team faster. And we have that. Success is a great motivator, but disappointment is a fast route out of the business. So they won't be coming up on their 30 days and realize they missed it by $80. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I missed my 530 days. I cannot do this. Now I have to do an extra bit. But if they're aiming for that 1,503 recruits in 30 days, and they do $800 and get their 2 recruits on day 20, hello, talk about a success motivator. They may not have got all 90 days taken or out of the way in 30 days, but they're pretty close to their 60th day by their 25th day, right? So they're earning it quicker. They have more room for error, a bigger margin of error, and it just makes sense. So, or at least it makes sense to me. Activity will drive your Posh business, and the more parties you do, the sooner you will achieve results. An optimistic attitude, a consistent action, flexible approach is going to equal Premier. Optimistic attitude, you can do anything you set your mind to. Your Posh Kit is your money tree. Consistent action, create a calendar, create a weekly to-do list of what you need to consistently be doing to earn an income with Posh, to earn sales with Posh, to gain new recruits. Share this with your team. Never keep anything to yourself. When you set the bar high, like the 90-day Posh Props in 30 days, and they miss it, they will still have level 2 and level 1 to land on. Make sense? Now, we're going into the summer. Have some summer bashes, graduations, a barbecue just because it's June. We got Father's Day, 4th of July. We have every reason to be booking parties and doing patio pamperings and at the parks and the water parks, everything. You can easily become the first premier in your area, the first premier for your team. You can do this. You got it. Step 9 to become a premier in 90 days is think of yourself as your consultant champion, communicator, cheerleader, and coach. Champion. You're going to walk the walk, and your team will do what you do, not what you say. You have to walk the walk. You have to book those parties. You have to show your team that you are sending out samples, that you are meeting new people, that you are working on trainings, that you are doing your thank you notes. I got stuff scattered everywhere. Let your team know that you're tracking your personal growth, your personal goals. Share that with them. Then they will do the same. Communicator. Never sit on information or ideas. If they feel connected to you and they are comfortable that they have information and the resources and they need, they will perform better. I am constantly sharing Google trainings, sharing YouTube links, personal growth and development, what books I'm reading. I'm constantly sharing that with my team. It's not about me, 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 me. It's about we. It's about us together. It's about them trusting me to join my team, and let's get our goals accomplished, right? Um, Communicate with your team through team meetings, through team trainings, by phone, text, email, Facebook, Skype, whatever works for you guys, okay? Communication, keep it there, be consistent, be available. If you have business hours, let them know what your business hours are. Be the cheerleader. Inspire your consultants to set their sights higher. We all love recognition and rewards, and the more we get, the happier we are. So, create your team community on Facebook if you don't already have it. Create a fun team name to recognize personal and team achievements. Encourage everyone to share their stories, their successes, um, their learning stumps, their learning curves, but never forget the power of a personal phone call or a card. And I'm going to stray off topic a little bit here. Um, when I first joined Posh, and I probably have it on my goal board, I do, but it's pinned behind a bunch of others. When I first joined Posh, it was my first 30 days. I immediately out of the starting blocks, I knew that in order to be successful in direct sales, I needed a team. I needed people doing this with me because I could not reach everyone in my community by myself. I knew I needed a team. So, right off the starting block, within a few hours, I had my team growing. That first month, I had 5 people join my team. Before the end of the month, I had one of our company founders call me on the phone. I so happened to have, I was at a Mexican restaurant, go figure, with some team members, and we were training. I wouldn't even call it training. It was just hands on. It was showing them how to approach people and how to share samples. We got back into the car. My phone rang. I answered it, and it was one of the company founders at the time. It was a Sunday evening, and he's calling me and he's like, "Is this Trisha Lewis with in Central Texas? This is so and so with Perfectly Posh." And I'm sitting in my car going, you know, why is he calling me on a Sunday in the evening? And he's like, "I just had to reach out and say how amazing you're doing, and I had to find out who you were and learn about you and see who this rock star was killing it in Central Texas." And that was, we talked a bit, and he had always stayed in contact with me. He watched me grow. But just knowing that he reached out to me and he shared his excitement for what I was doing in Killeen, Texas, really, really motivated me. And I was like, wow, if he's watching me, I don't want to let him down. I want to continue to give him something to talk about or to reach out to me for, to make him happy, to not let him down. So if you're a premier, if you're a Pink 3 leader, you want to reach out to your team. You want to make that personal phone call. It doesn't take but a few minutes. Um, Handwritten note. These things really, really speak volumes, especially if you are a premier leader. Reach out to those level 6s, 7s. If they are doing spot on, let them know. This will only keep their fire burning for Posh and keep them working for you. Validation, schmalidation, you've heard Megan Summers say that so many times. It is so true. Reward, encourage, motivate. Let them know that they are appreciated. Really, that's all anybody ever wants, is to know that people see them and they make a difference and they're being recognized. That's it. And it's just a little bitty something that costs a stamp. I buy stamps by the rolls because I am always sending out recognition cards, kudos cards. You're doing great. It really speaks volumes. And because I have done this since the beginning in my business, I think it has really helped me get to where I am. So always make sure that you're paying attention to your team members. Coach. Don't confuse coaching with training. Guide your consultants towards independence by encouraging them to use the resources available to them in the Poshbox. And I can hear Rhiannon Ott saying, teach them how to fish, teach them how to fish. They can do it for themselves. A little training often will work so much better than an overload of information. Tip: each team member will have different ambitions. They will have different experiences and circumstances. So spend the bulk of your time on the new people and your performers. If you have somebody, and I forget her name, but she said this the best when she said, it is harder to resurrect the dead than it is to bring in new life, right? If you have people who are sitting at 0, they've been consistently at 0, they are on your termination list at 0, and you're sitting there trying to motivate them and pump life into them and let's do this. Sometimes you got to let them go, right? But you've got Susie Q over here who's sending you all these questions and has all these ideas and wants to know this and that. That's your new life. Focus on your team members who are wanting to put the work in, but don't let the other people go. Just keep in contact with them. If they're not going to be a team member for you, they can maybe be personal use or they can be a customer, okay? Step 10 to becoming a premier in 90 days is think, talk, and act as though you are already a premier, and you will get there sooner. When you do this, don't hit that pause button. Becoming a premier is a fabulous achievement, but premier is not your ultimate destination. By becoming a premier, you will have already mastered the skills in becoming silver, gold, and platinum. Your greatest achievement will become coaching your team members to become premiers, to become pinks, pink 1, pink 2, pink 3s, leaders in their own. So plan to build a team of leaders from the start. Decide what type of team you want to belong to and create that team. Decide what kind of leader you want to be or you want to have, and you become that leader. Okay, so final action steps. We're fast approaching summer. Going into summer, we have our busiest selling season. So use the summertime to practice, fine tune your skills, because once fall comes, it is going to be an explosion. It's time to prepare yourself for a spectacular season. So here are a few things that you want to become familiar with. Read your Pink Polka Dotted Guide. Get started with your academy trainings. If academy trainings were not available to you when you joined Posh, you can take them online. Go find them on YouTube. Learn what your team is doing. Grow with them. Browse the Posh paper and I have Pretty Lookbook. Browse the Posh paper. Look at it. Practice sharing the products. Get your team doing videos. Host rewards. Understand the host rewards, the starter kit, the Posh points. Understand that. Keep refreshing your brain. Knowledge is key. Know those product ingredients. Do pop quizzes, ingredient quizzes with your team. Download the PDFs from the Poshbox to promote your business. I have a stack of them sitting here somewhere because I constantly use them. Finalize your launch party. Finalize your summer bash party. Birthday month is coming this summer. Always stay with 2. Beginning of the month, end of the month. Mystery hostess. Whatever it is, do more of. Remember I said you can always solve a problem by doing more personal parties. If you're not hitting those goals, you can help that. Make sure you register for Uncon, Leadership, Dayaways. If you have one nearby that you can attend, have fun booking and selling and recruiting your first 20 team members. We can get this done. So your action step is going to be create your team list, create your dream team list, create a vision board, create a tracker. We have a lot. This is the end of our series. Take everything that you've learned from every consultant leading up to this training and put it to work. Grab yourself a planner, create your action calendar. Let's get things rolling. Your homework is to create a 30-day action planner. Reach out to at least 3 of your team members if you have a team, and learn about them. What are their goals? How are they sharing things? And let's get going. Let's get you promoted up, and we'll touch base on that later.